The Northside neighborhood is a really important neighborhood for the town, and what comes up over and over again is how to incorporate West Rosemary and resolve the interests of the neighborhood on one side of Rosemary Street and downtown, which is on the other side of Rosemary Street. The West Rosemary Street Development Guide is asking the question, can we develop a commercial and economic development district along West Rosemary Street that draws on the vision of the neighborhood conservation district for the Northside neighborhood?
Rosemary Street right now is really coming into its own. New sidewalks that stretch the entire length of Rosemary Street that weren't there before, and new streetscape elements like trees and pedestrian lighting, because when you have strong infrastructure, you have the ability to attract people and to attract businesses and development to an area that has been underserved for a while.
Rosemary Street is the gateway of the Northside community, which is the largest historically black neighborhood in Chapel Hill. It's also at the intersection and at the very edge of Chapel Hill's downtown, so that necessitates that a lot of people have a stake in what happens there.
Northside is one of the most diverse neighborhoods in Chapel Hill. We embrace that, so we must not lose that flavor, we must not lose that culture, we must not lose what people have intentionally stayed in Northside for. That's to raise their families and to appreciate all of what Chapel Hill is about.
So the impetus for the Rosemary Imagine process was to really engage the diversity of residents and stakeholders who should have a say in the vision and would have a stake in the vision and what happened on Rosemary Street. Some of the central priorities that emerged from that were how important it was to have a historical and cultural center, or something that really honored the history and legacy of this area as a historically black and as a civil rights corridor for Chapel Hill. Folks talked about how important it was to have daytime commerce and businesses that supported both basic needs but also the possibilities of innovation and smaller business startups and step-ups, affordable and elder housing, and spaces for families that right now can't live near our downtown.
We do food and beverage really well downtown right now. What we need for the future of West Rosemary Street and all of downtown are more dry cleaners, more gyms, those kind of daily services that you need, so we really create that 24/7 downtown.
I would say this is our chance to determine the future of Rosemary Street.
It is so important that we take this opportunity to make a positive statement about what the community was and can be and continue to be.
I am very optimistic about this process because I love the question we're asking. I think we're moving away from a, either or, your side, my side, into a question that asks, what's the opportunity for us to have a shared vision that really, brings prosperity and opportunity to all of us who love this neighborhood and who love our downtown and who love Chapel Hill.